Alrighty, hi everybody.
Hello.
It's me, Seraphynna, and Link in Wonderland here with the first episode of the Just Saying podcast. And through our not very well constructed
Not very
planning, here
what?
we are. But we're finally here. We made it. We're super excited. It's happening, and we've got some pretty cool stories for you guys today.
Yeah,
I
it
don't know why I
is.
had my eyes closed for so long. It's fine.
I don't know. Maybe because you didn't want to look at me.
Maybe. But you look
Terrible.
so good in your
How
chair.
dare you?
I know. You look so good, though. Everybody
I
say how
know.
good Link looks. Also,
Um,
okay.
yeah. Nah,
I
you're
was going to
you're
say,
good.
just a reminder, you can find us on Twitch as well, because we are streamers. We're here to
Yeah,
entertain.
that's right. We sometimes do that.
We do
We're
sometimes do
so
that.
professional at it too.
Mm-hmm. Literally the best ever.
Goated. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, if you haven't already heard about this on our Twitch streams, we're basically just going to be having entertaining conversation, hopefully, and going through some Reddit threads and stories and stuff, and
I
conversing
mean,
about those because those are also very funny.
very true. I think it'll be pretty funny.
I like to think that I'm funny. I laugh
I
at myself all the time.
see, I do too. I know that we're both funny because I'm constantly laughing while we're hanging out.
Yeah, Seraphina's just constantly laughing at me. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
all the time. Makes me sad.
Okay.
Anyways, so I guess we're gonna get started with our first thing, which is an
Let's do it.
interesting question. Am I the asshole for refusing to stay somewhere else so my mom can have sex? Initial thoughts go.
Okay. Um, I guess it depends on living situation, but like why
You're way overthinking that.
that's just such an odd circumstance. I can't wait to hear the story.
Okay. So it's my 19 female birthday on Saturday, and I plan to go out drinking and come home to sleep after I was done. My mom, 43, came into my room the other day asking me if I want to go and stay somewhere on that Saturday night so she can have her man over to do the deed. I was obviously upset by this and told her I had planned on coming home as I wanted to sleep in my own bed. She then persisted that I go and stay with a friend because she didn't want to have to go out to do whatever. My twin siblings would also be out of the house. They are 5 and staying with my grandparents. I said it's not my problem that she wants someone to stay over and I will be coming home to sleep. She then told me that she would be loud and make sure to wake me up to hear and made it clear she did not want me home. This could have been a joke, but either way, that is not normal to say to your child. Or am I crazy? For context, I have been hearing my mom have sex with her boyfriends, plural, at the time since I was around 10 years old, and I had complained multiple times at hearing this. I
Yikes.
obviously don't want to come home and hear my mom having sex, but I also want to sleep at home as it is my bed and I too live there. We've been going back and forth on this, and now I'm going to stay somewhere else, but I still feel like she is in the wrong for asking me to leave in the first place. I don't know what to think. I understand where she's coming from, but still, am I the asshole?
That's crazy.
That is
To
crazy.
Okay, so like I get it if you want to have like date night with your boyfriend at home. She obviously planned it for the younger ones, but she really went about it in the wrong way with her teenager. And then to be almost petty and be like, I'm gonna be loud as possible, so you have to hear it. Like, bitch, I've been hearing it for 9 years. Okay, like she's already been there. So I think it's as the adult, like I feel like that's kind of inappropriate to put on your children. Um, and like putting your kid out just so that you can get your rocks off. It just to me, I don't know how I feel about that. Like I don't like it. I don't think she's the asshole though.
No,
And
definitely not.
And the mom took it way too far. Like, that's such a petty thing to do. That's not how you
See, that's
communicate with
like
your kids.
my level of petty. I love being petty when the situation warrants it, and that's a little much for me.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
oh, you're gonna come home because you want to sleep in your own bed in your own house where you live?
Exactly.
Yeah, too bad. I'm gonna have sex so loudly just to make you uncomfortable.
Right. And like it wouldn't be a big deal if she was 19 and like not living at home, but she was like, "Hey mom, can I stay for the night for
Right.
this?" Totally different. But when your child literally is still living at home, it's the fact that she broached it in such a strange way. Like maybe if she had planned ahead, and like she obviously planned ahead with the younger ones. I don't know why she didn't facilitate this earlier with her 19-year-old and was like,
She
"Hey,
probably
I want to have date night."
figured that
She'd be
it
fine
would be
with it.
easier to just be like, hey, go stay with a friend.
Or yeah, and like ask for forgiveness later, or like just do it and
Yeah.
ask and apologize later, which I hate that mentality, to be honest, because it's like then and most of the time when people are like that, they also get upset when they have to face the consequences of that, and they didn't think that they'd have to face any,
Right.
if that makes sense. I think that's gross.
Yeah.
Like that's not the way that you act as an adult, in my opinion. But also,
Like I have been uh in like I've heard my fair share of other people having sex,
mhm.
whether it was through a wall or no, we're not, no, we're just gonna leave it at that.
I know the story you're talking about.
It doesn't exist anyways. um but like, so like I know that it definitely is uncomfortable and weird to listen to other people having sex. I've never been in a situation where it's my parents that I can
Right.
hear,
And
but
that's the next level that's just too far.
right. um yeah, I don't know. There is an edit to this based
Oh,
off
okay.
of what like questions and comments people were leaving on this story.
Hmm.
So, edit is, I feel like I need to clear some things up. First of all, no, I do not pay rent because simply I cannot afford to. I live in the UK, so no, it's not underage drinking at 19. I cannot simply just move out. That is easier said than done. And when I got to university next year, when I go to university next year, sorry, typo. I do plan on leaving, and my mom also agrees that then will be the best time for me to move. I am still in full time education and have a part time job, so let's not be so harsh on the fact that I still live with my mom. I understand the privilege of living at home rent free, but it doesn't take away from the fact that my own mom wants me out of the house so she can have sex with someone. So, some of you asked about the boyfriend, and yes, he does have his own house. It's just in another city, and I've personally never even met him.
That's weird.
So, this is just some like, I don't know how long that she's been dating this guy, but like obviously not long enough that her grown ass daughter has never met this man.
See, and like that's a little presumptuous to like never have met the boyfriend. Also, if he has a house, go to him.
Right, just because it's in another city,
Yeah.
one of you is going to have to
Like
drive there regardless.
and
So
like
why
my
don't
thing
you
is like
just
the
go?
mom, exactly, the mom doesn't really have an excuse when her grown daughter is obviously able to kind of be home alone and she took
Right,
care of her 5-year-olds. Why can she not go to the boyfriend and stop being kind of bitchy about whatever? Like she doesn't want to go somewhere else to like do the thing. Well, that's part of being an adult and being accountable.
right.
And like
Like I am definitely I have experience in like, you know, shared accommodation with people. You go other places to hook up,
right. Exactly. Unless
whether
you
it's
are
their house, the bathroom of a weed store.
a
You
Taco
know,
Bell
it's just,
bathroom.
you've done it in a Taco Bell bathroom?
Yes.
Oh my god, bestie, what?
Did I never tell you
Have, maybe? No, there's no way I did not. Okay, I need you to explain, please.
that? Okay. Sidetrack everybody. Okay, so this was after my first boyfriend had, commit suicide. we're gonna get heavy here, guys. But here's
Oof.
some lore. It was after that, and it was my time period of like my hoe phase where I
You
just did
love the hoe
not.
phase?
Yes, totally. Did not give a shit at all, right? And this was when I was living with my dad as well. And this one guy wanted to hang out. We didn't really have anywhere to go because my dad was home. And I cannot believe I'm telling this story right now for this. Um, but this guy wanted to hang out, and we were just driving around, and we're like, "Hey, there's a Taco Bell right there. Their bathrooms would be open." It
Oh
was
my
so
god.
bad. It was literally. It wasn't like nothing even really happened because I don't know if he was nervous, but like nothing really happened either. In terms of like, I don't know how graphic you want me to get with this. Like,
I mean, you heard it here first, folks. Taco Bell is not great for a sex slave.
no,
Clearly.
mm-mm, no.
Yeah, no, that's, I don't know how have you never told me that
I don't
you
know.
hooked up with someone in a Taco Bell bathroom?
I feel like
My
I've told
gosh.
you this. I've told you a lot of my sexual
There's, okay, but
experiences.
there's no way that I just forgot about that. That's like, that's wild.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I don't know. I guess
I
I've
was.
told you about my hooking up with someone in a weed store bathroom.
Yeah, I
Mostly
thought I
because that's
told.
like the only, like one of the only stories of my hoe phase that I actually
Mm-hmm.
have, because my hoe phase was not super long.
Oh, mine was like 3 years.
Oh, mine was like 2 guys.
Oh yeah, mine was a lot. I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
Mine was it was just college and I was
Yeah,
stressed. And
mine.
the one guy was not very good.
Yeah, mine was definitely a long period, and it was a lot of guilt and like repressed emotions from everything. So yeah,
Valid.
yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways, now that
I
everybody knows
think we've
this about me,
decided that this person is not the asshole and
agreed.
that her mom needs to just get her shit together and
Totally.
go to her boyfriend's house.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's the simplest solution. I don't know why that's not
Yeah.
even on the table.
If you're gonna do the do in his house. Like,
Yeah. Or go to fucking Taco Bell. Do it like me. Just go to fucking Taco Bell, bitch.
get that beefy 5 layer burrito up in here.
Oh my
Oh my god.
Oh, I can't. Oh my god. I'm so glad everyone's gonna know this about me now. Episode 1, everybody. Where is
Oh
the
jeez.
craziest place you've had sex?
Tell us in the comments.
Tell us down below.
Oh my god. I
Oh
cannot.
god. Well, are we ready for the next story, guys?
Please.
Okay.
Let's stop talking about Taco Bell.
Oh my god. Okay. That's so funny. So, my story I have am I the asshole for asking my mother to leave because she won't stop wasting my food?
No.
Thoughts? Easy.
As
No.
someone who is like super broke all the time and gets broke people groceries,
Mhm.
no, bitch, if she wasting food, kick her the fuck out. I don't care who the hell she is.
Agreed. Yeah. We don't even have to read the story. Not the asshole.
Next.
Next, let's go. I will go ahead and read it though because I know it'll be interesting. So, I've not proofread this, by the way, so apologies in advance. My baby sister just had a baby, and our mom came to help. My sister and her husband live in a tiny apartment with no room for my mom. I agreed to let her stay with me since I live only 8 blocks away. It's walkable. My plan was to Uber her over in the morning and pick her up after work. I only eat one meal a day during the week, supper. I have coffee for breakfast and some fruit for lunch. On Saturday, I treat myself to a good breakfast, and Sundays, I take the woman I'm dating for brunch. I'm sorry, I can't read. My mother decided that this was unacceptable. She got up early and went through my fridge and freezer to make me breakfast. I told her that I appreciate it, but that I do not usually eat breakfast. She said that was stupid. I very clearly communicated to her that she was welcome to eat anything in my home, but to please not make me breakfast as it was a waste. She made breakfast the following day. I walked out without eating it. I figured worst case scenario, I could eat it for supper. She threw it out since I didn't eat it. What the fuck? First of all, I told her once more to please not waste my food. She made breakfast for me the next day. I asked her if she was developing dementia. She's wasting my food for. We're here for the out of fucking comments.
Oh my god. Fuck. I'm snorting because I'm laughing. Oh my god. This like never happens. Jesus Christ.
Oh, amazing. Okay, I asked her if she was developing dementia. Seems like it. She's wasting my food for no good reason. I'm not poor or anything, but wasting food is a pet peeve of mine. She said I was being ungrateful for her help, and she was doing it to be nice since I was letting her stay with me. I explained to her again that I did not need, want, require, or desire breakfast during the week. She said she understood. She made me breakfast the next day. I had had enough.
Oh my
I took her
god.
luggage with me when I dropped her off at my sister's home. I told my doorman that my guest was no longer welcome. I got so many messages from her and my sister all day long. Even my dad called me to ask me to change my mind. I said no. He had to drive up and rent an Airbnb close to my sister because my mom was too scared to stay by herself. He's retired, so he didn't miss any work or anything. My sister came over alone to talk to me. She said I was being a complete ass and that I could afford the food my mom was wasting. I said I could, but I didn't want to. She literally used up 2 months worth of my food. Holy fuck.
Jesus.
She made up huge breakfasts that I didn't even eat. I keep all my bacon in individual servings. She thought out 3 for every breakfast, 1 for her and 2 for me, and I ate 0. My father has asked me to let her back in. I said I would under the condition that she understand that my food is completely off limits to her. She can pay for her own food. I said I would make room in the fridge and freezer for her. She said I was being ridiculous and petty. So my dad is staying neutral, but my mom and sister think I'm a jackass. My girlfriend thinks the whole thing is hilarious, and refuses to get involved. There was a typo. It wasn't me, I swear. That's fucking hilarious. Also, what's your thoughts?
Okay, so bitch, get your own food. Like, if my mother came to my house
Mhm.
and decided to disrupt my entire grocery system, because like I plan out my groceries to the extent that I can, like that I can afford to,
Mhm.
and like I know exactly how long my groceries will last when I buy them. I buy them with that in mind.
Right.
So like, even if it was my own mother that came over and just like decided that she was going to use a bunch of my groceries, whether or not she's making it for me or not, doesn't matter. I'm
Right.
gonna be pissed.
Agreed.
Unless she's gonna replace it all. Because like I'm like I don't eat like proper like breakfast or lunch most days either.
Mhm.
I get up and like go out the door and go to work, and then I'll have like a snack or something on my lunch break, and then I'll come home and I'll eat dinner when I get home. So yeah. Nah, I feel she's not
Yeah.
the asshole.
Not
Her
at all.
mother's the asshole. What is with the mothers on this
I don't
website today?
know.
Oh my god.
The thing that like really gets me with this is the fact that she asked her not to. Like the
And
first time,
the fact that she's
excusable.
yeah, and then she did it anyways.
Yeah, and she's making huge meals like, "Mom, I don't eat in the mornings." Oh, well, you need to eat. That's just stupid. Okay, well, that's how my body works. Like, this is my routine. I can
Right,
understand if
exactly.
she maybe did it on like the weekend and she was like, "I'm going to make you a huge breakfast on the weekend as like my thank you for letting me stay here." That would be understandable because she's like, "I treat myself." But the fact that she
See,
somehow managed to go through 2 months of
oh
her
my god, I
food
know, and
in
also
what, three
because like
meals?
if she said like, oh, like I'm not gonna eat it now, like she just leave without eating, like it's like,
She
oh, I
threw
guess
it
like I could
away.
eat it later, and so that it's not wasted. But then she threw it out anyway. It's like,
That's crazy. That's
bruh,
blatant
there are
wasting.
starving children in Africa, ma'am.
right?
Have you not seen those commercials? God.
I mean, and even at that point, like, we're in a recession right now. Food is expensive. Even if your
Food
daughter
is
can
freaking
manage,
expensive.
it really is. She portions everything in single servings. Like, she is budgeting. She is making
Yeah.
it so that she has
She
this
is
to
being
be
smart.
attainable. Exactly. And her mom's coming in and just fucking it all up. And, like, it's the fact that she's having to repeat herself, too, of, like, I'm being as kind as I can, but, like, you are
Right.
doing exactly the opposite. And you say you're understanding and you're not, and it's just, it gets to be disrespectful at some point, like, one, of someone's boundaries, and two, of resources that are not your own. And that's where
Right?
it's, I don't think, 110% not the asshole.
Yeah, honestly, like I would love to come across one of these stories where the person is the asshole.
I know, same.
Because most of the ones that I ever read, they're not.
I know, same.
Um, which I mean is mostly the point, because like, yeah, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. True,
But
true.
like, yeah, no, I understand and it's like, because her sister was like, oh yeah, like you can afford the difference in food or whatever. It's like, that's not the point.
Right.
Like, if I could afford to replace all of the food that I have in my house right now, then I still don't want to have to. I'd rather use
Right.
that money to either save it or for other bills, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe to go and do something fun for once.
Right. Exactly. Like, why should I have to sit here and replace this when she's just overstepping boundaries
Right.
in a very, I don't
What if
know.
the person wants to use that extra money to feed their Genshin addiction like the rest of
Right.
us? Like,
Exactly.
priorities, man.
Yeah, because we need Zhao.
I'm so mad. I still didn't pull him in the banner
I haven't
resets
either.
tomorrow.
I pulled Chi Chi. I didn't tell you, but I pulled Chi Chi.
My condolences. Fuck Chi Chi. Anyways,
We talk about video games, and if you're the asshole here, people.
I almost said Chi Chi's an asshole, but it's not, because Chi Chi's not an asshole. Chi
Chi
Chi's just
Chi's
useless.
literally so cute.
I
Honestly,
know.
I'm glad I have her at least once. If I start pulling her more than that, then I'll be upset.
I'm just glad I finally got Mona, but I got her on standard. I didn't lose my banner pull to her. I just haven't
See,
got a banner pull. I have like 50 some pity now.
that's fair. You're so close.
I know. I don't have any wishes though.
Fair.
That's
Fair
okay.
enough.
We're getting off topic again.
We are. It do be like that.
How many times are we gonna get off topic? Probably 1,000, but it's
Every
fine. It
single
doesn't
story.
actually matter. It's right, for real.
That's why it's a Just Saying podcast. We can talk about anything we want to, okay?
We can, and we will.
We
And
can
if you
and
have a
we
problem
will.
with that, I don't care.
That is both a threat and a promise.
Oh my gosh. Okay, more mother problems. Are you
Oh
ready?
my gosh. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay,
I'm ready.
this one is literally just titled "Mother-in-Law Issue." Love that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Seems
so
apropos.
my mother-in-law bought my daughter a small, inexpensive plastic container for Christmas last year. She put foam letters on the lid to spell my daughter's name and gifted it to her with craft supplies inside. First of all, you're buying your grandchild a plastic container for Christmas? Not the move. Anyways, the lid to it falls off easily, and it's cumbersome to keep on. It's also difficult to stack any other items on it, which is important to note because we put all of my daughter's arts and crafts supplies on a shelf. I was cleaning and organizing over the weekend and was able to get rid of some items so that I could put all of my daughter's craft supplies in a tote that has a full snap locking mechanism so that the risk of spilling is minimal. It also matches other totes in my dining room where we keep her arts and crafts, so they stack easier. I took the one my mother-in-law bought her and used it in our storage area to hold things we don't use frequently. My mother-in-law regularly buys my daughter cheap things that break easily or that do not match anything we have in our home, and it creates loads of clutter. I have thrown away numerous toys that break within a couple days or things that just do not have any use. My mother-in-law comes over throughout the week to get our daughter off the bus. She stays 2 days a week. As we were eating dinner last night, she says, I'm going to ask this in the nicest way possible. Why did you take all of her craft stuff out of the plastic box I bought her and use it for your own stuff? I said, it doesn't match the other containers, and the one I gave her has more room and locks better. Also, she is my daughter, and this is my house, and I can choose what sits out and what doesn't. You tell her, bitch.
Yeah, for real.
She immediately was pissed and told me it doesn't matter. She bought it for my daughter, and she doesn't understand why it can't sit out and be used for the purpose she bought it for.
Because it's
Some
ugly.
backstory. Oh, it is ugly. You right. Now you right. Some backstory. She regularly tries to redecorate my house. Before my husband and I were married, she would put up pictures of my husband and his brother from when they were 5.
What the
We would
fuck?
take them down, and the following week she would put them back up. She has not had a home of her own in 20 years and lives with her sister in a small trailer. I believe when she comes over, she looks at our home as hers and has the same authority that we do. Get your own house,
Right.
first of all. Second of all, buy your granddaughter not plastic containers that you can get at the dollar store, because that's just rude.
Okay, I'm
Um,
sorry, but on that subject though, literally going to Walmart, you can find plastic bins that have the snap lock lids
right.
for like $3.
And you can get like cool looking like stickers and like more
Exactly.
fancier things than just some like foam letters to put her name on the top
Right.
of this like cheap ass plastic box that I honestly, in my head, I'm picturing it to be like not even that big.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I'm picturing it like a pencil case. That's what I'm
Right.
picturing in my head, because like, you know, those pencil cases that were like, they were like the like frosted clear plastic on the bottom half, and then the like
Oh yeah.
see-through colored plastic for the lid, and they have like the
Mm-hmm.
bumps on the top. You
Yeah,
know
I
the
know
ones I'm talking
exactly what
about?
you're talking
Yeah.
about. Exactly what you're talking about.
That's what I'm picturing. But
Yeah,
like, because those things do not stay closed to save their life.
at
Like,
all.
they're terrible.
You look at it and that bitch opens up.
Right, exactly. You just be like, open sesame, bitch, and then everything
Uh-huh.
falls out on the floor.
Like
That's
magic.
why zipper pencil cases are all the way.
Yes.
Um, but nah, plastic box from I'm stuck on the fact that it's from the dollar store, even though it doesn't
It's
say that it is, but in my mind, it's from the dollar store.
it's the fact that she buys so many little things here and there that break so easily. Like,
Right.
why wouldn't you want to have something that's going to last for a while? And like that's where I'm hung up, is like, so you're buying all these little things that break in a day. So you're spending so much money so to have something that doesn't last.
Right. And
Whereas if
also,
you
like,
buy something quality, they'll have it
yeah.
for way longer.
And I don't know, like, and like, there's a good question in the comments on this story is like, does this mother in law like work? Does she have a good income kind of thing? Like,
I'm
is this
leaning
plastic box legitimately all that she can afford if she's living with her sister in a trailer? I don't know.
right, because I'm like, I think the sentiment is there,
Right.
because like I think that's cute, but I feel like it could be done in a different way, where like kids are obviously always going to be hard on things, and so you
Yeah.
have to make sure that it's something that's going to last and something that's pretty durable. Let there also be space to grow into it, like to be able to get
Yeah, like,
more crafts.
yeah.
And
And like you
it
said,
sounds
there
like,
are other options for super affordable things that do the same point, but that are
yeah,
not going to break easily.
exactly. Also, I think like treating someone else's home like your own and redecorating,
That's just
that's
rude.
so that rubs me the wrong way so hard. I'd pimp slap someone for that
Right?
in a heartbeat.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, and, oh my God, some of the comments are um, like, OP comes off as a snob. Original poster comes off as heartless and kind of petty. And I'm just like, damn, I feel for this bitch. Like, that's crazy, you guys. Like,
I I can only imagine those people are coming from an area where it's either one of two things in my head. It's where they didn't have someone who crosses their boundaries constantly,
right.
or they know someone who's in that position who comes at it in a heartfelt way, like someone who potentially has dementia and will like put up a picture because they're like, oh, this picture must have fallen, and like it's like just it's a habit. It's not like almost intentional, but this mother-in-law is being very deliberate and very intentional in what she's doing. and coming off saying, I'm going to say this as nicely as I possibly can. Like, that's the exact same thing of no offense, but
Right.
be like, okay, well, you're already starting off on the wrong foot by saying it like that, I feel like. Obviously, we're not there. We don't know the tone in it or anything like that. But just from the fact that she's basically trying to redecorate, and then, like, OP is right. It's her daughter. It's her home. She's not using the container. It's
Right.
just being purposed in a way where it's better for them, and it's aesthetically pleasing so that the mom, OP, can still kind of be like happy with her how her home looks. Because I think that's more important than mother-in-law
Yeah.
who's there 2 days a week and gets a shitty container that doesn't even close properly.
Yeah. I don't know. You like the internet is super divided on this one.
That's
Um,
crazy.
I feel with original poster person, but I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I might be a little bit callous because I don't have the greatest relationship with my mom, but like there's just it's boundaries, and like that's something that you could bring up, and she could have even said it in a different way, like, hey, I noticed this last time I was
Right.
here, but I just wanted to know why you're not utilizing the tote that I got.
Right.
And
And then
then
pairing that with the like who needs pictures of like
your sons.
right when they were 5 years old
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
in their
that's so
grown
weird.
ass house.
Put it up in your trailer, goddamn.
Right. Like
Like
that's not
that's
your home. Put your
no,
own pictures in your own place.
exactly. Like that's such an overstep, and I think with the way that the stepmom or not stepmom, mother-in-law also said it, where she said, I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible. I know
Right.
that that stems from a place of
That's
I've been brewing,
super
I've
right,
been
exactly.
simmering on this shit, and I'm finally going to say it.
Yeah.
Like, that's not something you say when you're actually coming from a place of kindness, and I know that for a fact.
Yeah. But I don't know. You guys that are listening, you can tell us if we are wrong and you agree with the mother-in-law. I don't know.
I mean, if you
But
say that, you're wrong, but just kidding.
we're just saying, man. Like
Just saying. It's the title. We're just saying.
yeah. I don't know. I can almost understand where the mother-in-law's coming from, but
To a
at the
degree,
same
yeah.
time, the way that she went about it and also paired with all the other things,
Right.
no.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, if it was any one singular of those things, I would say maybe give her a little bit of grace, a little bit of lenience here,
Right.
because she's maybe missing having her own home. She maybe just wants to be able to see that her granddaughter is utilizing the things that she's gifted to her. But the multiple pieces, the accumulation of all of it, the what she said, it all is pointing to
Yeah.
no.
And also, before anybody comes for me about um, oh, like gifts aren't like how much money you spend on them. It's like, nah, I am a huge fan of just like handmade stuff and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
My point on that was that there are other options for super affordable things that do the same purpose, just in a way that is better for the situation.
Right.
Something that
Well.
closes better, that would be more helpful for the arts and crafts bin for a child.
Mm-hmm. And like on that
Children are
too.
messy. They break
Right.
things, they spill things. You need something that like is going to hold up.
Mm-hmm. Something durable. And like on that point too, the mom OP even mentioned how many little things that she gets all the time that break within a day.
Right.
If you took all of the money that you spend on all of these little things that are cheap and break easy, and comparatively
Right.
if you were to just buy something of quality, the like mother-in-law would probably not be spending nearly as much money at that point either. But it's almost like it's so short-sighted of, oh, this is really cute, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
Or I mean, obviously we don't know what mother-in-law is thinking, but it's just I'm the same way. It's not about the price of the gifts. It's, to me, it's like what is someone going to absolutely adore and what can I get them that is going to last
Right,
so that it
exactly.
doesn't become worthless in a week's time because it broke. Or it's always going to be of a little bit higher quality so they're going to be able to have it for years and years. And that's what's important to me is like being able to look at something and be like, oh, this person got me that forever ago, and like then being able to connect
Right.
the nostalgia to it.
Like I have like my other friends and I, we do a Secret Santa every year.
Mm-hmm.
And the first year that we did it, my person sent me like in the box and stuff. There was a little handwritten note on a sticky note, um, like attached to the journal, like the book that I got or whatever.
Yeah.
I still have that freaking sticky note,
I love that.
right? Like it doesn't stick to anything anymore. I still keep it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's a sentiment, and then the other item that came with it is of quality, and you probably still
exactly.
have that too.
But anyways,
That's wild.
that is wild.
All right, are you ready for my story?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the title. We'll get thoughts after. Am I the asshole for getting mad at a girl for asking my boyfriend to sleep over at hers?
Um. Am I the? Say that again.
Am I the asshole for getting mad at a girl for asking my boyfriend to sleep over at her place?
I mean, it's that super depends on context
Yeah, heavily.
because like it depends on who this girl is, what their relationship is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, depends on a lot of things.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's get into it. So my 21 female boyfriend, 23 male, went over to a mutual friend's place to have a small get together with like four others there. We had a few drinks and we're playing a few games. A few hours later, I was asked by Laura, 22 female, and it's a fake name, what my plans were. I told her that I had work the next day, so my boyfriend and I were going to go home within the hour. She said, "Oh, okay, I was hoping you'd stay longer." A bit later, half of the group goes outside, my boyfriend, Laura, and one of Laura's male friends. I stay inside with the two others, just sitting on our phones, and we can all hear them talking. Laura suddenly asks, "Are you leaving soon?" My boyfriend tells her yes whenever I'm ready to leave. He's leaving. She says, "Aw, please stay. I want you to stay. You can even sleep in my bed." Whoa, first of all,
Okay, that
that's too
too
far.
far.
um, Laura starts begging in a very annoying tone that had been bugging me all night. At this point, I'm mad. I look over at Laura's roommate and she can see this look of shock. Oh, and she has this look of shock. I yell, "Babe, come here," to my boyfriend, in which he came running back inside to me. "We're leaving," I tell him. "Okay, I'll grab our stuff." I get him and I an Uber, but wait, time is 15 minutes. As we're waiting, Laura is asking if we're leaving repeatedly. As my boyfriend and I were waiting for our Uber, she kept saying, "Are you really leaving? You could just spend the night." Our Uber finally gets here and we leave. The next morning, I send her a message. I don't really know Laura all that well, but I've gone over to her place by myself a few times with our mutual friend, and one other time with my boyfriend. I sent her this message, in quotations. "Wanted to let you know that you crossed a line last night. There is no reason why you should be telling my boyfriend, 'Please spend the night, you can sleep in my bed.' I just really don't want you to leave. It's inappropriate and very disrespectful to me. I made it clear that he and I were going home and you still went and tried to get him to spend the night. It's not okay. Doesn't matter if you were doing it innocently, it's disrespectful as fuck." Everyone seems to think I'm mad over nothing and telling me that's just how she is and that she didn't mean anything by it. My boyfriend respects my decision when I told him to block her if she reaches out and says I'm not the asshole, but others are saying I'm overreacting. So am I the asshole?
No. Pick me girls are literally the worst. They're
Yeah.
so annoying. Oh my
Mm-hmm.
god. Like, bro, go and get your own boyfriend because that one's taken.
Right.
Um, you don't need to be. telling somebody else's boyfriend to sleep in your bed,
No.
especially right in front of them, like, come on,
Right.
girl, get your shit together, man.
100%.
It's just embarrassing. It's sloppy, is what it
It's
is.
sloppy.
As sloppy as that 5-layer beefy burrito from Taco Bell. Like, oh my god.
Oh god, I'm never gonna live that down.
This is why I don't date women. I'm just kidding.
Honestly, no, like this is why I have like a hard time. Like, I'm a huge stickler for people's boundaries,
Yeah.
and like, in my own, and respecting other people's boundaries. I'm sorry, but there's no context where that's okay in my mind.
Right.
Especially
Yeah,
the way that
exactly.
she did it. Like, she had already asked if they're leaving. The answer was yes. To then go and say,
Right.
"Are you leaving soon, though?"
Like, bruh, they said
You can
yes.
stay and sleep in
He
my
literally
bed.
said, yeah, I'm leaving when my girlfriend's ready to leave.
Right. Why is it even
And
a thought
exactly.
that he
That
should
should be the
stay?
end of that conversation.
Right. Why is he needing to stay? Why is it so imperative to have him stay that you are offering your own bed to a taken man, and his significant other is in the other room? And I
Right.
honestly think OP handled it really fucking well. I'm so
Yeah.
happy
I
that
would have
OP's
bitch
boyfriend
slapped the
is.
bitch
I
right
know.
there.
I would have too. I'm so happy though too that OP's boyfriend is on her side. I think a lot of
Yeah.
people
Oh, I
probably,
know. Can you
yeah, that would have
imagine
been,
if he wasn't though?
oh my god, red
She
flag
needs
girl, run.
right? That's
Let
like
him
all the
stay,
red flags.
cause throw out the whole
Right.
man.
Bring him back and push him into her bed and then leave. Like
Exactly.
they deserve each other at that point.
Right. I do think that OP handled it well though. Like, that text to her as well, that message that she sent was not disrespectful.
Right,
It wasn't
exactly. It was very
accusatory.
exactly.
It was plain as day, you've crossed a line,
Right.
period. It wasn't mean. She wasn't, being disrespectful or calling her any names or anything like that. And I'm a little confused as to why other people don't seem to agree that that's over the line.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
that's
like
just
saying,
crazy.
right, and then also saying that, oh, she's just like that. Okay, well, that's like saying boys will be boys when they relentlessly hit on you and don't take no for an answer. Like,
Right. Like
that's the vibe.
no.
Yeah. Ugh,
Ain't no way in hell.
gross. I don't like that.
So
Not the
I
asshole,
found the
100%.
yeah, exactly. No.
No.
Like I said, pick me girls are just the worst.
Yeah.
God.
And like, that's exactly what it is. It's like, okay, well, you're going to be okay with this until it happens to you, right?
Right.
Also, the roommate had a look of shock. So obviously, the roommate probably felt a way about it. But I'm wondering
Right?
if
Like
maybe they didn't want to get on Laura's bad side, because pick me girls
I feel that
do
like
be
that would be
petty.
super like oh my god, I know. And like they're so ah you know?
You're like, they're just the worst.
I watch a lot of like there's oh my god, there's this one TikToker. Oh, what the hell? I don't even remember their username. Um, but she does these. I remember she did these like the skit series um of like her and like she was like with this guy or no, it's like she was with her brother. Like her brother was there,
Mm-hmm.
and like she went over to like his apartment or whatever, and this pick me girl is there, and she is like she's not even dating him or like she is barely dating him or whatever,
Right.
and she's all just like, who the hell are you? Like I'm the only woman in my man's life, like you need to
Ew.
leave. And I'm just
Oh
like,
God.
why do you guys have to have that attitude? Like bitch,
Right.
you are not all that in a bag of chips. Like get your fucking head screwed on straight. Like
It it
god,
screams insecurity.
it screams annoying is what it screams.
It gives me the ick.
Right.
Like, okay, as someone who has like body insecurities, I would never. Why would you want to be in a relationship where that's like your go-to? Where like you have to be defensive over your partner,
Right.
because that doesn't give like confidence in your partner at all. that you have to basically attack any person of the opposite sex around them, it ain't it.
Nah, bitches be crazy.
Bitches do be crazy.
All right,
You got another one for
I
us?
do.
Yay, I'm
Are
ready.
you
I'm
ready?
excited.
Am I the asshole for kicking my maid of honor out of my wedding with 5 days' notice?
Context is needed, but also
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
leaning towards no because like I
You
know
know that
these bride
she definitely
stories.
fucked something up. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's your wedding. As long
Right.
as she's not a bridezilla. But let's hear it.
Right. See that? Yeah. See, that's the other way that this can go. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So I, 23 female, I'm getting married in a couple days. Most of this happened within the last 2 weeks. My maid of honor, 26 female, M, was in charge of planning my bachelorette party, which I wanted to be a surprise. We live in a city, but none of us live downtown, so I was hoping for a hotel room downtown and having a fun night out with friends. Maybe a brunch. Most of the bridal party lived locally, but two girls flew in for it. When M picked me up 2 weeks ago on Friday, I was excited to see where we were going and what we were doing. We ended up going to M's one bedroom townhome and spent the whole weekend there. There are 8 of us, so it was cramped and we kept running into issues with only one bathroom. On Friday night, we had games and ordered pizza. Saturday, we had a mimosa bar, went shopping, ordered food, and watched a movie before parting ways on Sunday. It wasn't the bachelorette party of my dreams or a particularly fun weekend, but it was okay and I appreciated it. Last weekend, my fiance, 32M Jay, had just returned from a work trip. I hadn't caught him up to speed on the party because there wasn't much to report, but when he returned, we were chatting and I told him about the party. He looked confused but said nothing else that evening. The next day, I got a message from M asking to meet up and talk about something. M revealed that Jay had given her a significant amount of money over a year ago with the intention that it was used to pay for a bachelorette party. It would have been enough to pay for the entire bridal party to do a week long vacation out of town, including airfare, hotel, food, drinks, and fun. I wasn't expecting this type of event. A weekend downtown would have been wonderful, and even though the party at her home wasn't what I had hoped for, I was fine with it because I got to be with all of my friends. She instead used the money to pay off credit card debt and hoped that no one would notice.
Oh, hell no.
I told her I needed some time to process and went home. After talking with Jay about it, I decided that the best action would be to remove her from the wedding. I came to this decision because I don't feel I can trust her and don't want her to be standing next to me at my wedding. I slept on it overnight and sent her a text saying this on Monday. Since then, I have been getting texts from her mom and boyfriend telling me how awful I am for doing this since I didn't need a big party and M was able to financially benefit. My mom is also against removing her from the wedding as she's like a sister to our family and it would be tragic for me to get married without M there. The rest of the bridal party is split, with half saying I shouldn't have kicked her out and the other half agreeing with me. M has called me crying because she already has her dress. Jay and I paid for all the dresses, and she can't wear it anywhere else. At this point, I want the wedding to be over with so I can be on my honeymoon and not have to deal with these people. Was my action too extreme? Am I the asshole?
No.
Absolutely not.
No. Not at
If
all.
if okay, if this man is giving you enough money for a week long trip for 8 people, including flights, hotels, like and just like regular
That's
expenses
thousands
on
of
this trip,
dollars.
that is so much money.
And she planned a day at her house. Obviously, the bride is very grateful and like very gracious, like very humble.
Right.
Because she was like, I had a good time with my friends. It wasn't exactly what I wanted,
But it
but
was
like,
like it was fun and it was fine.
it's
It was like yeah,
it's literally screaming that M is not showing up. She thought that that was appropriate. She didn't even try to hide it. She didn't
and
even
the
try to
like
make it what the bride wanted it to be.
right, and also like, did she think that like what did she think was going to come when the husband found out what this bachelorette party was with
Yeah,
all of the
she's
money that he had given her
she's
for it? Like
really yeah, exactly. She's really fucking lucky that the bride wasn't like, I want you to pay everything back.
right, like
Because she could have easily done that too. And saying, well,
I would
she's like a
fucking
sister
take
to
her
you.
ass to fucking small claims court. Like Jesus
Right?
Christ, like that's insane.
Literally.
Okay,
I
let's see
could,
what kind of like comments
could
people
never
had on here.
imagine. That makes my
Like I,
blood boil.
I cannot.
And like the fact that it's also ruining the bride's wedding now, where she's like, I just want the wedding to be over.
Right, exactly.
That's
If you get to
so
that
sad.
point about your own wedding, I can never imagine.
I couldn't either. That's so sad because like you don't know when people are gonna like money changes people, and obviously I'm not placing any blame on the fiance Jay or anything like that, but
Yeah.
like, and obviously they had no idea that M would have done this. But like,
Okay,
I almost wish Jay hadn't trusted her with any
so
money.
OP made an edit in one of the
Oh,
comments. So she didn't tell me out of guilt. After he found out what the bachelorette party was, my fiance told her either she needed to sit down and tell me or he would.
wow, wow.
And the fact that her own mother was, or like that
I
the
know that's
like
gross to
the
me.
maid of honor's mother was like, you should like she was able to financially benefit. You didn't need all that, blah blah blah. Like,
Doesn't fucking
bro,
matter.
right?
Literally does not matter. That money is not yours. It had a purpose and intention behind it. And she was like,
Exactly.
I'm gonna pay my bills. I'm gonna fuck over my best friend to pay my bills. And I'm not gonna even try when it comes to the bachelorette party. It's the fact that she paid off her bills and then gave zero fucking effort when the bachelorette party came around.
Right. And like I'm seeing it like a lot, so I don't know if there's like another update on the person's profile or whatever, but like the comment of it being $25,000 is the total amount is coming up a lot. So I feel like there's another update somewhere where that is the amount that he had given her. 25 grand. Oh
No,
my god. Can
no.
you imagine?
I, that's disgusting.
Right. And like there's no way that he would have paid her that in cash. It would have been like bank transferred or whatever,
Right,
or like a check. So there would be like physical receipts of this transfer happening. I'd
right.
fucking sue the bitch. Like
I would
25
too.
grand is not a small amount of money.
It sounds like OP was like, just don't be in the wedding, period. Like, didn't
Right.
even seem pressed about the money. And like, at the end of the day, it's not about the money, it's about the fact that,
Right. Because like I think that like anything over 5 grand is considered a felony.
mm, I don't know, to be
Yeah.
honest. But either
That's
way,
literally insane.
that's such a huge breach of a friendship. And the fact that she's
Right?
upset because she's like, well, what about my dress? First of all, bitch, you didn't
Oh
fucking
my
pay
god, I
for it.
know. Right,
Second of all,
exactly. Like you should give the
like,
dress back, honestly.
right. You're lucky she's not suing you. I hope she presses charges. Like, I
That'd be
really
like
do.
it's crazy.
Oh my god, that makes my blood fucking
I
boil.
know.
Not the asshole.
Not the asshole indeed. I'm voting not the asshole on this one because
Voting
like
not
that's
the asshole.
crazy.
Damn, that's insane.
Insane.
Okay,
But
ready for my last story?
yeah.
I don't know if this is gonna be the last one, but feeling like this is a good wrap up. So, am I the asshole for not wanting to cook separate vegan meals for my sister in law?
Um I mean you're not an asshole. Depending on the context of like the
It's always about
situation,
context.
you might be like I don't know. I don't know.
You might be a
Personally,
jerk, but not an asshole.
right. Like you may be like it may be like a little bit of a dick move depending
Yeah.
on the rest of the context, but at the same time, probably not.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, let's get into it. Let's see. My family has a cherished tradition of Sunday dinners. It's a special time for us, and I take pride in making meals everyone enjoys. Lately, things have gotten a little complicated since my brother's wife, Lily, became vegan. She's a wonderful person, and I respect her dietary choices. I always have vegan sides and sometimes even desserts, but Lily would prefer a separate, complete vegan meal every week. I understand where she's coming from, but I'm already stretched thin between my job, side projects, and trying to have a life outside of the kitchen. Making an entire second meal feels overwhelming. Last Sunday, I gently asked Lily if she'd be willing to bring a vegan dish to share sometimes. I want her to feel included, but I'm honestly struggling to keep up. My brother was upset, saying I was being unwelcoming. My parents want to keep the peace, but I feel resentful. Am I wrong for wanting to set some boundaries? I want to find a way to make our dinners work for everyone without burning myself out.
Okay, so no, you're not an asshole.
Mm-mm.
That's not even really a dick move either on
No.
your part, because like one, you would have like vegan sides and like desserts and stuff. Um and like you politely asked, be like, hey, sometimes, she didn't even say all the time, she said sometimes,
Right.
would you mind bringing a vegan dish? And she even said to share, not just for like, it's like, hey, can you bring your own food because I
Right.
don't want to cook vegan food? That would make you
Exactly.
an asshole.
Yeah.
Not, hey, would you mind sometimes want to bring a vegan dish to share with everyone?
Mm-hmm. And there's a comment on here that like
Yeah,
really kind of hits at home, saying, "Why are you doing all of the cooking for these family meals? Doesn't anyone
yeah,
else ever chip in or take a turn?
right,
Who pays for the food? Is it also you? Because that's a big one."
yeah. It's like,
Um,
why doesn't it like rotate who's hosting these family dinners every week?
yeah. And then they also mentioned, just say no. Lily can make and bring her own meal. After all, that's pretty much what you do every week, isn't it? You buy and prepare all of this food, including your own. You also get the house ready for guests, and you serve as host.
Yeah,
Lily doesn't have to do all that, doesn't have to clean bathrooms before guests come or anything. There's no reason she can't make and bring something for herself. Or have everyone take a turn to make a dish. Lily can bring, say, a nice quinoa salad, which has protein and carbs and other nutrients. Your mom and dad can bring the mashed potatoes. They can even use vegan butter and vegan milk if they want to. You can provide the roast. Your brother can pick out a vegan friendly dessert to bring. See, now everyone is helping out and Lily is
right.
included.
Why don't you
Magic.
guys just do this as a potluck? Like,
Right.
everybody brings a little something. You're all happy. There's probably more
Exactly.
leftovers, so you guys
Like,
can have lunch the next day too.
totally. Like, the vibe that I'm getting from it is that everybody puts the meal making on her because it sounds like she's very passionate about being in the kitchen and making food to share
Okay,
with family. That doesn't mean, though, that she has to overwhelm herself for one
right.
person who is already being included. That's the thing. If she had said, "Oh well, I've never made a vegan dish in my entire life, and I don't plan to because of her restrictions," no, that's not at all what was happening. She's like, "We have sides, we have desserts that are vegan friendly. I try to be inclusive, but it's a lot."
Well, and it's also like, didn't it say that like she became vegan, meaning it would have been after they had started these family dinners?
Yes, yeah,
So that's not even something that's like it's always been the thing that like vegan dishes have to be like at
right,
these family dinners. That's something that happened afterwards that people have to then change what
yeah,
like
and
what's
she's
happening.
already adjusted.
Right. Exactly. Like, nah,
That's,
she's not the asshole.
I don't think so either.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely not.
vote not the asshole.
Right? Exactly. All right. Well, I think that's probably all we got for this week's
Yeah.
episode. You guys can let us know if you think that we are assholes based on if we think that, because I don't think all of these people from these stories, none of them were assholes tonight.
Mm-mm.
But you can tell us if we're wrong. That's
Except
fine.
Laura.
Which one was Laura?
Laura was the one who was trying to get the boy to stay in her
Oh,
bed.
right. No, that bitch is not.
Fuck
There, if
Laura.
any of you tell me that she was that person was an asshole for dealing with that situation, you are wrong. I'm so
Mhm.
sorry, but that's the truth. Um, because not, bro, get your own man. Anyways,
Right.
um, yeah, be sure to come back next week for more conversation, more
Mm-hmm.
Reddits, more
Mm-hmm.
assholes, less assholes. Maybe I don't know. Who knows what's gonna
So
happen
many
with next week?
assholes.
I know it's crazy. We may even have some Taco Bell.
Okay, but is it funny that I'm actually eating Taco Bell right now?
Are you really? Oh
Yes.
my god.
Yep,
Oh
I
my
got.
god. That is crazy. And the only thing that would
Oh
make
my
it
god.
crazier if I was like also smoking weed right now.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not, unfortunately.
I
Um,
still can't believe I told that story.
that's okay. Now everybody knows a little bit more about Seraphynna lore. It's
Oh
good.
my god,
It's all
yeah.
Gucci.
Now I can't
Um,
share this first episode with my family though.
I mean, can't you though?
Be like, brace yourself. Don't judge me, okay?
Your sister comes to your streams and hears the other crap that we
I more
talk
meant like
about.
my dad and
Your
like my
dad plays
grandparents.
Fortnite with us.
Oh yeah, that's true. He probably wouldn't be too phased about it. He'd probably laugh about it.
The grandparents, I don't know. I'm definitely not sharing this with my family.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you
Oh my
guys can
gosh.
hear it, and you can share it with your friends and family if you want
Please
to.
don't. Please don't do that.
Please don't. No, please do. Share it with
Wait, sorry.
everybody.
Share. Yes, share the podcast, everybody. Please, we would love that. Appreciate it completely.
What did you think I was talking about?
The
Your story
Taco Bell.
specifically?
Yes.
Just go around telling everybody, like, hey, this person that I
Just
heard in
that.
this podcast hooked up with someone in a Taco Bell. Can you believe that?
Yeah, we'll talk
Like,
about
oh my
bathroom.
God.
It's
Talk about a
worse.
Crunchwrap Supreme. Oh my God. Every time this comes up in conversation, I'm just going to pick a different menu item.
Oh my, perfect.
It's fine.
Love it.
Right? Yeah.
Oh my
Anyways,
god.
be sure to catch us on our Twitches,
Mm-hmm.
Link and Wonderland and Seraphynna.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll be around the YouTubes, the
Mm-hmm.
Spotifys, the Instagrams,
All the places.
the other places once we figure out what those other places are.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
But
TikTok.
yeah, you can catch us around. We're around. We're not assholes. We're not hiding from you. Maybe I'll make my own Am I the Asshole thread and call it Am I the Asshole for not hiding from my podcast viewers. I don't know.
Wow. Getting a little
Right? I
inception
just
in
thought
here.
of that. Isn't that so crazy?
That
This
is
thought
crazy.
just popped into my head. I'm just like, it's so insane. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Wild.
Okay. We will catch y'all on the flip flops and see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.